Hello, everyone, and welcome again to another interview from the small guy on Main Street. This is where I interview small business owners, entrepreneurs, and get their take on not only why get in business, but what has led them to this point in time with their business. Go ahead and subscribe, like, and comment on this video, please. I'll put my information to get in contact with me, right? I'm mostly active on Instagram, but I do have a Twitter, LinkedIn, and a TikTok, right? But I'll put that information on the description below, right? Now, if you're a business owner in Los Angeles, right, or you know somebody that's a business owner in Los Angeles, right, forward them this information, right? Let them get in contact with me, or if you could refer them to me, I'll get in contact with them, and we'll see how we can make it work, right? We could get their story. And this interview, we have Ira Jones Jr. with the Power Circle Boutique in Norwalk, California. He's a shoe retailer that was in the game before, the sneakerhead term came about. So he had seen the potential from early on and he jumped on it, right? And now he grew the business so far enough to have an established physical location, right? You can go ahead, right, check out the video, check out the interview, but I'll put his information so you can get in contact with him, right, on the description as well. But for now, you guys go ahead and enjoy the video. Peace. Today, I am here with Ira Jones Jr.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Owner of the Power Circle Boutique.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
I'm doing great, man. Doing great.
Tell me, how's it been so far? Like, how's the beginning of the year been so far?
The beginning of the year has been good. It's been good. Set the goals already. So I do every 6 months. So that we're already in January. It's about to end. Well, we have one more day left. Yeah. So yes, it's good.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool, man. So every 6 months you renew, right? You review the goals, see where you at, see where you stand, and what changes you can make.
Yep.
What got you started with that?
It's basically like instead of setting the goals every month, I'd rather do 6 months. You get to do a lot more in 6 months. If you do every month, if you don't meet that particular goal, you're gonna run it back to the following month anyway. So if you set 6 months, you can do a lot within 6 months, and you can do in 1 month. Yeah, so it's just better. It was for me,
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, you have the Power Circle, right?
Correct.
And initially, it's not what it sounds like. I would say,
Yeah.
some might get it confused with a gym.
Yeah.
With something else, maybe an electrical contractor, right? Because power involved. But
Yeah.
tell me, what does it mean to you? What is it? Why Power Circle?
There's a story behind it. So I'll say about 10, 12 years ago, I had a really good friend. Back then, I was doing security, making only maybe like $15 an hour. My friend was a little bit younger than me. He made a lot of money. I didn't know how. I didn't really ask, but I know that this was the first time I seen $10,000 in cash in somebody's house. And then I started asking questions like, how? Show me how to get on. Show me how to make at least half of that, right? And he never did. He will always tell me how much he made, but he will never show me how. So I told myself, I said, when I finally get to that space where I'm able to make that kind of money, I will help anybody, achieve that goal. So the name, the Power Circle, was more like get around people and have a circle of people who will help each other achieve whatever needs to be done, whether it's even just getting a job. If you know somebody who can get them a job, because they're in that circle, they're able to get it. But being able to see 10 grand and I couldn't touch it, it was different for me. So it inspired me to say, you know what? I will never be like him. But what I will do is if somebody approaches me and asks me, how did I start something? I will be the first to sit down with them and explain to them, A to Z, how I got it done, Yeah. So that's where it came from, is just a circle of people who can help each other. Yeah.
So it's, obviously it's greater than shoes.
Yeah,
I
oh,
mean,
absolutely. Yeah,
right?
it's this. The power circle is beyond.
Hmm.
It's not shoes. It's just more of it's a lifestyle of, like um, people need help. A lot of
Yeah.
people don't have the proper direction. And like I say, when you surround yourself around good people, you everybody says, oh, you have a circle of friends, and everybody should be doing something great. You
Hmm.
shouldn't have friends that ain't doing nothing. You're the only one,
Hmm.
so because you won't learn anything,
Hmm.
then you end up being like them, doing nothing. It's not gonna be me.
No, right.
Yeah,
Well, of course, how I see it as well is you yourself put yourself out there, take challenges, and hopefully they get involved. Hopefully they ask
absolutely.
questions, right?
Yeah,
And let it start with your close circle. Let it be, hey, I saw you did this, or you made this much money. How, and right, if they're curious and they're eager to learn, then by all means, right, get involved and
yeah.
ask questions. But for you, it's everyone around, right,
Everyone, yeah,
helping each other,
yeah.
right?
It's no particular person. It's for anybody,
Yeah, for
like it's.
anybody.
I had a stranger walk into my store, and the first thing I seen is he pulls up and he has the new S class. So in my mind, I'm like, oh, he has a little bit of money, And he comes out, he has some red bottoms on. His shoes are about $1,200,
Hmm.
and he buys a couple of things, and then before he leaves, he goes, "Can I ask you a question?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "What did you do to start this business?" And in my mind, I'm thinking to myself like, is this a trick question? Because I'm looking at what you have, and I'm thinking so. But that was me judging a book by its cover, because he dressed a certain way,
Hmm.
and he drove a particular car. I thought that he was supposed to be aware, but that was where the power circle comes in hand. At well, he didn't even know how to get a proper business license, you know.
Yeah.
So he's wearing shoes that's $1,200, but he has no clue how to go and get a proper business license. So
Hmm.
that's what I say. It's more than just shoes. It's a circle of helping people to get things done.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I get you. Okay. So I see. It's the idea. It's something
correct.
far greater, and something that helps you, pushes you, right, to show others and
Yeah,
whoever else wants to get involved, right?
yeah, absolutely.
That's cool, man. Um, I mean, your shop looks very nice.
Thank
Was
you.
this all you? You put your hands on this?
I had the concept, and I had friends come and help.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I
Mm,
thought of the color scheme. I thought of putting the shelves up,
mhm.
the racks. The floor was already done.
Oh,
The ceiling was white. I said, let's do it black.
yeah.
So I wanted to make it look different. I didn't want to make it look like a regular shoe store. I wanted it to be different.
Okay,
So
cool,
thank you
man.
for the compliment. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, man. But I see you have quite a bit of skateboards. I mean, and it's not just because they're artistic and good art,
Right.
but there's more meaning behind the skateboards, isn't
I
there?
actually skateboard.
You did?
Yeah, no, I still do.
Okay.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, I've gotten older, so it became more exercise now. But back in the day, yeah, it used to be it. I thought I was going to be a pro skater,
Oh
and it
man.
didn't happen because I was scared to break a bone, man.
Mm.
Yeah.
How many years did you skate for? Actively.
It was a long time. Just say that. Yeah, it was a long time. Yeah, I thought I was gonna be a pro.
No way.
Thought.
Yeah, yeah.
And then
That's cool.
I started selling shoes, and that dream was gone, man.
No, but let's
That
say
dream was gone.
let's say maybe we grew up
Yeah,
and we needed money, right? We
Yeah.
need to get things because obviously, a skateboard, we like what we did. Yeah, we enjoyed it,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
You go ahead and you're out in the wild, so to speak, and
yeah.
but now you're like,
Wow.
oh man, well, I need to know what I'm gonna do, right?
Yeah.
How I need to make money. How
Yeah.
I'm gonna think about the family, the retirement, and
Yeah.
everything else. So
Yep.
kind of, that's cool, man. That's cool. Selling shoes didn't happen overnight, did it?
No, absolutely not.
You were doing this on the side. How was it? When
Yeah,
did you
it
start?
was a side thing for a long time. Yeah, it was up for like years. Yeah, it was just on the side. So I built a lot of clientele just having it on the side, not the main business.
Right. How many years? How many years before you said, "Let me jump in. Let me
I'll
make this
say
happen"?
about 10 years. Yeah, of just selling from my mom's house. Yeah, so
Wow.
the living room. Yeah.
And then you saw, obviously, the sneakerheads, right?
Yeah.
That word came out,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the popularity of
Yeah.
sneakers. So you were in the game before, so to speak,
Yeah, I
right?
was in the game before reselling actually really went big. Yeah.
And before the hype on the shoes, and
Yeah, I was in it. Yeah, I was
yeah,
in it way. So all these new guys, they don't know. Yeah, I was in it way, 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 way. When it was easy, when you can just walk in the store, get them, and resell them. Now you can't. You can't. You walk in, you're gonna see nothing. Yeah.
yeah, I get you. Wow, that's cool. So, what what got you ready? What got you ready for a shop? Can you say like,
So first, I gotta say shout out to my boy Danny Perez because he was one of the major reasons why this happened. He gave me my first big security job. It was at South Coast Plaza, and if people don't know about that mall, that is one of the top malls. Period. Every fashion designer is in that mall. So as I was doing security there, I would see, people come in and spend so much money on sneakers. It wasn't mainly just Jordans and Nikes, but it was just every designer has a sneaker. But it was the amount of money that people will come in and spend. I said, I can do this. So I used to stand there and think to myself, like, I want to be on both ends. I want to be able to have the money to spend, but I want to have the product to sell to make that money back, right? So, after I got that job, it was a few years of, kind of like scoping out, like, or coming up with a plan on how to so much escape from security, but at the same time, have enough money to, open up a shop. So it came to a point where the company that I worked for, I won't disclose who they are, but I ended up getting a $10,000 check in the mail. And that right there was it. I said, all right, cool. This is it. I'm not going to do security. I'm going to open up a shop. And that's when it happened. Yeah, crazy story, man.
no? Well, I mean, okay. So I was thinking you were gonna go on this way, that when you saw those $10,000, you were like, oh, you know what? I think he's doing this. You got a sense of clue, and that's what pushed you to that. But this is like beside that. I mean, you saw the amount of cash first time ever, and you're like, that's a lot. I never seen that cash, right? So,
Yeah.
And then, but your idea, your creation of this was from the simple fact of you seeing people spend money. So you saw the necessity, you saw the potential,
Absolutely.
out there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So I took that risk.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn, that's nice, man. So then, that security job, right?
Yeah.
Everything happens for a reason.
Correct. Yeah. Sure do.
Okay. So, let's see. You posted back in March 2020 on your Facebook. You said that you are now self-employed.
Yeah.
Right. At that point in time, that's when you got this lease.
Yep. It was March. Yeah, March 2020. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like March, like the 17th or the 18th or something. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we all know the pandemic shut down.
Yeah.
March.
Yeah.
You did not see it coming.
Didn't see it. Everybody was blind to it. Yeah.
And what happened? I mean, this is 2 years afterwards in the same location, same lease.
Yeah.
What happened? How did you?
So I literally signed the lease. I set to do a grand opening. I think it was March the 20th. And the alert goes out to the world that everything is going to be shut down. And I was a little bummed out. I was like, damn. I just paid this money for the first and last. Everything's set up. All the money's paid for shoes in here. Clothes are done. Sweaters are done. And I'm like, and nobody can buy nothing. So one day I said, you know what? What's the difference in me having a shop and selling them or being at home? So I ended up getting the blackout curtains. And I said, you know what? I'm going to post that I'm open, but by appointment. And people would literally pull up, come in and shop. Now, mind you, people were buying shoes and there was nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Everything was closed. You couldn't even go out to eat. You can go to the grocery store, but you were wearing your red bottoms in the kitchen to cook. But you couldn't go out. You couldn't do anything, right? But it's still, that momentum was there. I didn't give up, you know. I didn't get sad. I didn't get, worried that, business is going to go wrong. You know, it was more like, all this stuff happened for a reason, you know. But I didn't let the pandemic stop me, you know. Like,
this is your first legit business.
yeah, my first actual store.
Right.
My first time getting like a the different type of license to have a store. You know, getting the insurance, not for a car, but for a store is different. You know, so it's my first time. Yeah, and all that happened within the first time. You know.
Yeah. Let me get your input on this. You have skydive,
Yeah.
right? I
Yeah.
saw that you have skydive,
Yeah.
right? And you done it once?
Yeah, once. Yeah.
Okay. Did you recall your experience or how you felt before jumping out the plane?
Hell yeah.
Okay. Tell me, what did you feel that maybe? I'm gonna say the same kind of fear or anything similar from skydiving to you open up the business and immediately be shut down. What can you compare those two?
That's a great question, and I have a really good answer. The difference with skydiving is when you jump out, there's no control. Right? There's no control at all. It's you in the wind, right? With a business, you have a choice to say, I'm gonna stay closed until the world tells me I can sell, or you can find another option and another way to still sell, and that's what I did. So when you jump out, there's nothing to grab.
Yeah.
But when you walk into a store, you can pace back and forth and think how, or you can pace back and forth and come up with a solution and make it happen. So that's the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. But you worried for a bit?
Okay, so let's get to that part.
Yeah.
Skydiving.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, that's not normal. You 13,000 feet in the air and you jump out with a backpack on. It's not the same, man. You know. So I was a little bit nervous here, but skydiving I was way more nervous. I thought I had to take a shit, man. Actually, when I was on the plane, because that was bad, man. But coming here, I wasn't as worried as I was skydiving. You know, I think because like I said, when you know you have control of something, you know, and jump out of a plane, there is no control, you know, so it's different, you know. So I think when you have that mindset, you know that you can do it, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Of course. Like you say, you're out there, you have nothing to go hold on, you have nothing. You have
Literally, you and the birds,
yeah,
and the air. That's it.
set amount of time before you hit the floor.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
parachute goes out, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but now in this sense, right? The control you have here is obviously, you know, sitting down thinking, how am I gonna make it happen? And truly, that could take a while. That could take days or weeks.
Yeah.
Right. How fast was it? How quick were you able to act and think? Okay, what are my options? What do I have to work?
Yeah.
When they said everything has to be shut down, how long did it take you, or how was that process?
So I do a lot of praying. You know, we talked about church, you know. I pray a lot, multiple times throughout the day. You know, I ask God to give me some type of vision on how I could continue to go on with everything being shut down, you know. So it was less than a week, you know, I figured out, you know, how I was going to continue to sell without, number one, you know, people not going anywhere. I didn't care about that no more. All I cared about was if they're releasing the product still online and I'm able to get it, people are going to buy it. And that's exactly what happened, you know.
Okay, so you saw what you have to, what you have,
Yeah.
what options you could come up with,
Yep.
just make it work.
Yeah, that's it. Just make
Right.
it work. Yeah. Pray and make it work.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you seem to know what the customers like and want.
Yep.
How did you get that information, or how do you get that information?
So like I said, I had clients for, you know, over 10 years, you know. So it's more like you study people, you know, and you know more than just their shoe size. You know a person's style. You know what they're gonna like. You know certain colors. You know certain models. So doing that for 10 years, you're gonna know. You know, it's more of the new clients, you know, where it's a little difficult, where you don't know what's gonna sell, who's gonna like what, you know. So like I said, from back then, I already kind of knew. So when I opened up my shop, I knew that there were certain shoes I knew that I would buy over others, because I knew that there are certain clients who, for sure, are ready to pay for them, you know, versus just buying a bunch of shoes just to say I have a store. That doesn't do any good for me. So I sell, you know, based on clients, not based on this is what somebody may possibly want, you know. Yeah.
So that's a whole experience.
Yeah. Yeah. It's personal. Right. Yeah. Very personal, you know. Not just like pushing shoes on them. It's more they're pushing shoes on me. And then after a while, you kind of know, you know, like, hey, I think they're going to like these. And you get them, and it's 9.8 out of 10, you know, they're always buying them.
Is that what sets you apart from the competition?
Oh, it's a lot more that sets me apart. Yeah, that's just one part, you know. Yeah.
Because that sounds like great service right there.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
you come in, you know.
Hey, I tell everybody with the Power Circle, it's when you come to the store, customer service is number one. It's not the shoes, it's customer service. My, you know, communication and me making you feel, you know, very important. You know, they have VIP, right? But I don't really believe in that. I look at it like if we're all equal, we're all the same, no matter what color we are, no how tall. Everybody's VIP then, you know what I'm saying? Nobody's better. Everybody's VIP, no matter how much money you have. It don't matter. Everybody's VIP. Everybody.
I see that.
Yeah. Even you. VIP.
No, thank you. No, everybody that walks in the store, why not, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
everybody. Yeah.
you serve them, they serve you,
Yeah,
right? And that's
yeah,
how it
yeah.
is, you know, treat
Yeah.
everybody the same. Right?
Exactly. Yeah.
That's good, man. I did see on your website, you do host release opening events.
Yeah. Yeah.
How'd you come up with that idea?
We just started that. So there's a lot of shoes that sometimes I don't know that's gonna come out. So what happens is if we're able to, I guess, shine light on what's coming for the future, you know what I'm saying? Then people would know ahead of time like what they possibly want. And the more you see it, the more you're probably gonna want it, right? So if the shoe comes out 3 months from now, you see it once. But if you keep seeing it over and over and over, it's gonna grow on you. And eventually when it drops, and then you really see you're really gonna want it, then you're gonna be calling me. You know, like, hey, can you get it now? I'm like, yeah, let's go for it, you know?
Yeah. So then, okay, so to speak, that's what you know, that's what comes about the hype on the Yeezys and all the other ones, right?
Yeah.
It's obviously their promotion for their own product, right?
Absolutely.
And puts
Yeah.
it out there and makes the, you know, customers want it, and hey, can you get it for me?
Yeah, that's how it go.
Yeah.
Can you get it for me? That text is consistently going through my phone. Hey, how you doing? I'm doing good. Hey, can you get me the it's the same text all the time. Right. Yeah.
Okay. Which do you recall the time or the shoe that gave you the most trouble to get?
Ooh, that's a good one, man. Wow. Let me see. I wouldn't say one particular shoe. I would say there's certain sizes. Yeah, I think that's what it gets a little bit hard at, you know.
The bigger sizes?
No, see now I get up to size 15 in shoes, right? But we got a lot of people who have babies, and they want these toddler shoes. And the issue with that is when I go and get, let's say I go to the mall and I want to get them, I'm not thinking about the toddler. And on top of that, by the time I get there, toddlers are already gone. So that's a little bit tough for me to get the toddler sizes. Not the bigger sizes, that's all day. Toddler sizes is tough.
So it's easier to get a size 15 than a
For
toddler.
me, it is.
For you,
For me, yeah. I don't know about everybody else, but for me, I can get a size 15 in a lot of shoes, that's because in stores, they only go up to size 13. In like hype shoes, you won't find 14, 15 in store. They're only online. Not for me, though. For me, they're like at I can go now and get them, Yeah.
In reach, you just know how to call.
Yeah, but I know how to do it. Yeah.
Damn, I was not expecting that.
Yeah. Yeah, like size 14, 15, you go in a store and you want to hype. Like, the white and red one, it just dropped.
Yeah.
Up to size 13 in the stores. Maybe a 14, maybe a 14, maybe. And that's only one or two. Size 15, you're never going to see it in the store. But for me, I can get it.
Yeah.
It's going to cost you, but I can get it.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's good, man. Damn, that's good. How do you keep up with the changes in the industry? If any, because obviously Jays may not very out of style.
Yeah.
But new things are coming up. How do you keep up?
That's a good question too. So I have an employee, Johnny. He puts me on game, man. He's younger than me, way younger. So he knows what's coming. He knows what he thinks is probably going to be hot and what's not. I don't never really disagree. I think that because we have two different views, like I'm older, he's younger. In my mind, I have to sometimes adapt to being like a high schooler again and going like, oh, I will want these, versus thinking that because I don't really like them, that they won't. But I'll be wrong if I do that. So I have to keep up as far as like having somebody tell me, hey, in 2 months, these are coming out. Make sure we get at least 12 or 13 pairs of this shoe, So that's how that go.
Nice. And
yeah.
Are you fully involved in social media, keeping up with everything?
No, Johnny is.
Johnny.
Yeah, I don't really, man. I don't. After a while, you get tired of looking. Like I have a life outside of shoes. So I don't want to spend my every day. I mean, I have to sometimes,
Right.
but there is majority of the time I don't want to. Every day is shoes. You want to. You got to have a life outside of business.
Yeah. No, I
Yeah.
get you. And yeah, of course, all the content on social media is never ending.
Yeah,
so,
never. Every time you scroll, it's a new shoe, right?
Yeah.
And especially with Jordan, just like every week there's a new shoe. So I don't want to just keep fulfilling my mind with shoes and then missing the other stuff that's important to me.
No, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's critical, and you know how to manage that.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
That's good for you. Right from the get go, you file for LLC. Why that route? Well, I mean, some people go easier route, go sole proprietor.
Yeah.
Or C corp, but why LLC?
So the LLC, there's a lot of tricks to having an LLC that people don't know. I'm talking about getting free money, grants, business loans. It's different. Writing off cars, it's different. It's there's a lot of perks to having an LLC. Most people think that you get a business, you get an LLC, and then it doesn't do anything unless you use it. So it's just a piece of paper from the state that's just saying your name, your address. That's it. It doesn't make you any money. I can do this business without LLC, but with it, I can get a lot of stuff that people can't get. So it's a lot of perks to it.
And did you? Who did you talk to about that? Are you working with a
No.
tax accountant?
Nah,
attorney?
man, studying.
You're studying?
Studying, yeah,
Okay.
studying people who already did it.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
So asking questions to the
Yeah.
right people, and they give
Yeah.
you feedback. And okay,
yeah. Because there's one thing, like a lot of people, especially here in California, everybody starts a small business, and they go get an LLC, and they think that they're doing something. You really ain't doing anything, If you don't know the perks behind having an LLC to how to really use that, it's not going to do anything, But I would say though, there's this guy, his name is Nicholas on Facebook. I actually did ask him a few questions, and he put me on game on a few things too. Yeah, so LLC, yeah, if you don't know how to use it, it's kind of pointless, It doesn't serve any purpose.
Yeah. So, well, I asked because, of course, you run your business, right? So
Yeah.
you get to know most of the business part of your business, but to put another branch of that is the taxes, and that's
Yeah.
why then most people work closely with a tax
Yeah,
accountant
yeah.
or a attorney because that's their specialty, right? They
Yeah.
know how to maximize every single thing that you could do. But do you work closely, or do you every six
So
months
I have a
try
buddy,
to?
yeah, that does my taxes for me, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you work aside
Yeah, yeah.
with him, and hey, this is how we're gonna make this work.
No, he knows how to do all that. Like I don't tell him anything. Yeah, he knows. Yeah, so that's his thing.
Right.
So I don't come in and try to tell him nothing. Like I let him tell me, like, hey, this is what we're gonna do. Okay, cool. I don't just say okay. Because that's kind of like him coming here and trying to tell me how to sell my shoes, and he ain't sold a shoe.
Right.
Let me stick to what I do, and if you do taxes, cool. I'll trust you to do me good.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
And I think that's just a thing because taxes is a very delicate thing.
Yeah,
it could be very good, or it could bring
Yeah.
you down. But that's on my comparison was just working closely with one. If
Yep.
alongside, either throw out ideas to each other and like, hey, I want to do this. How can I start process?
Right. Right.
What can we do? How can we make things work out?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But no, like I said, you work with somebody. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. For sure. Yeah.
Now, your main source of revenue is shoes,
Yep.
but you have also created other opportunities. You made other streams here.
Yeah.
With the space that you got.
Yeah.
What is that?
We got to back up again, man. 2020 again.
Yeah.
Like I said, everything was closed. Everything. I'm talking about your kid's birthday come up, Chuck E. Cheese, John's Incredible Pizza. It's all closed, right? I remember I had a client here, and she was buying some shoes. I remember this story clear. She bought some shoes from this shelf here, and I remember her saying like, "Oh, my son's birthday is coming up. I don't know what to do." And I said, "Oh, okay." And it was instant, man. It was instant. I said, "Why don't you have his party here?" And she goes, "Really?" And I go, "Yeah. You should have his party here." Kid you not, man. That weekend we had a whole dinosaur theme in here. We had dinosaurs on the door. Dinosaurs hung up all over the place. We had pizza in the back. We had tables here. We had his cake here. We had the music going. Literally. And from that point on, I knew, I said, you know what? I'm going to do this all the time now, man. All the time. And that's how it started. That was another stream of income. A really good one, too. Yeah.
Well, you have a showroom, but that's what it is, right?
Yeah.
You're not, I mean, most of your floor space it's empty. I mean, you
Yeah.
have, if anything, your shelves, right, on the
Yeah.
walls are the
Yeah.
ones, modeling your shoes.
Yep.
Simple, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
very simple. Yeah.
maximizing the opportunity what you have here.
Yeah.
Man, that's good.
Yeah, that's how that started. Yeah, I call it a dinosaur party. That's what it was. It was dinosaur theme.
Yeah.
So from that's how it started. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. It's on the fly.
Yeah, it was sell shoes by day and party by night. That's what I start to say to people.
Have you used this for yourself or any event you thrown? I mean,
personal stuff. Yeah,
Yeah,
like I did a 1-year anniversary party. Yeah, but other than that, for myself, not really. No, it's for other people. Yeah.
so do you have mentors? Do you continue talking to people, and how do you think people go about that?
I actually do. I don't physically know them, but I follow a few people and I follow how they live. First starting off with being very spiritual people. You have to. Your mind has to be right. You know what I'm saying? And then from that, like I said, prayer. That's another thing. So running rituals like every day is probably one of the best things that I have done. Is setting up stuff in the morning to start your day. Like most people start up and grab the phone, and they go to Instagram or they grab the phone to text somebody. I will not touch it first. I will say some words first. So I will start with me speaking stuff out first before doing anything. And then, of course, the texts are coming in, so you have to answer the people, but I'm still doing stuff in the middle of, doing that too. But as far as mentor-wise, like, yeah, there's not a physical person, but there are people who I do watch, and I take notes all the time, like every day. It's always something, because there's so many people that, that can teach you. So it's always good to listen to a lot of people.
Yeah, of course, especially online. If you find them on YouTube,
Yeah, definitely.
Facebook or Instagram.
Yeah, YouTube every morning.
Okay, give us a rundown. You said, right, you have a ritual. You
Yeah.
go, give us a rundown. What's a typical day for you in
So
business?
get up in the morning. The rituals are, first thing you do is pray. The second thing you do is affirmations. This is the cool part though. Somebody told me, they said, you should get in the mirror, look at yourself, and tell yourself exactly what you want to be. This is something I've never done. I never thought to look, talk to yourself, but you actually physically see yourself. You know how you talk out loud, but when you look in the mirror, now you're like, it's you and that person in the mirror, and you guys are having this conversation, so using the affirmations but looking at yourself, that's dope to me, man. And then throughout the day, as far as like eating, going to the gym, it's a lot of podcasts, man. A lot, people talking about business, people talking about credit, business credit, the LLC, like you just talked about, like all that stuff is on the daily, like learning new stuff, because the world's changing, so I like to change with it, not stay within my same position,
Yeah.
So yeah.
And then, are you? I imagine you running around trying to get shoes. Is that like literally?
So,
are you running around, or how is that?
Yeah,
going?
so I have a few ways. So I get a lot of them, and I have a lot of guys that get them that bring them here.
Oh, okay.
So like I say, in between the gym, going to get shoes, whatever the case is, like something's always on. I'm never just blasting music, because another guy he said take inventory, right? Now, what do you think I'm talking about if I told you take inventory and we're sitting in my store? First thing you're gonna think about is shoes, right? Nah, he said what he means is by that is you watch what you intake, as far as who you listen to, what you listen to, and what you allow to come in. Once I heard that, it was over from there. So now I understood that the mind is very powerful, and if you continue to hear certain stuff that's not it, you may fall into it. It's hard to fight it, So if you can consistently take inventory on things that will help you to become better, that's what you should do. So that's what I started to do. Yeah. So remember that. Take inventory. That's important. Take inventory. It's really important.
Yeah.
It's not shoes.
Well, at times you will take inventory of your product.
Absolutely.
But everything.
Yeah, but this is personal though. Yeah, it's different. It's personal. It's not shoes. Yeah.
Real quick on mine, right? You say you go to the gym, right? I mean, that's part of your physical health, right?
Yep.
So, on hearing podcasts and any other self help, you continually growing your mindset, right?
You're correct.
But how about eating? How's your? Are you in a special diet or anything of that sort? Or
it's funny. I was just talking about that too. No special diet though. I do eat clean a lot, but I call myself like skinny fat, because I could eat a lot but not gain a lot of weight. But the problem is if I eat what I really want to eat, I will gain a lot of stomach fat. Summertime is coming. I can't do it, man. I can't do it. So I eat as clean as possible, Yeah, so no special diet. I do. One thing I did change though is with a schedule like this, running around and get shoes, have to be here and be there. It's a lot, So I did a thing where I eat only between like 12 and 8 or 12 and 9. That's it. So 12 p.m. to 8 or 9 p.m. That's it. So when I get up in the morning, I don't eat. I do what I got to do first, and then by 12 o'clock, I'm really hungry. Yeah. And then by 9 o'clock, my last meal is done. I don't eat till the next day until 12 again. I like that because I realize that we consume too much food in our bodies, you know. A lot of this food is not even digesting, you know what I'm saying? It's not digesting properly.
Yeah.
So that's another thing when it's take inventory, you know, you're just eating whatever you want, however you want. I stopped that, you know, like a while ago, you know. So I even use that with food too. Take in the good food, you know.
Right, because
Not all the time. Cinnabon is my favorite, so I eat that a lot. But I still overpower it with eating a lot of healthy food, though, you know.
well, yeah, I mean, you gotta treat yourself as well, right?
Yeah.
Some keep it, you know, to a minimum, you know,
Yeah.
and what's not as healthy.
Yeah, it's a minimum. Yeah. Cinnabon.
That's it. But yeah, they get you.
Yeah.
But okay, so the only thing is I ask because, right, you work in the gym. At times, you know, it's release stress, right? You let it all out. You know, you go hard for 30 minutes, an hour, or whatever.
Yeah.
But also, what you eat, how good of, like you said, a clean diet you eat. Because
Yeah.
if you eat a lot of junk food and all that, I think it makes your body feel a different way.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Right.
pointless going to the gym. Yeah.
But I guess some people will say, you know what, I deserve this because I hit the gym, and you know, let
Absolutely.
it be.
But I think is when you do it often, that it's not, it's pointless. Yeah, that's why eating clean at least 4 times out of the week, you know, it's good.
Okay, yeah. So, what do you do for mental health? I believe that adds to your mental health. But what else do you practice?
Prayer.
Prayer.
A lot of prayer. A lot of prayer. I'm telling you, man, it ain't, you know, people get up in the morning, they just say, thank you, God, for waking me up this morning. And that's it, you know. Nah, man, like I talk to God like he's my homie, you know, because even though God knows what we do on a daily basis, good or bad, right? I still talk to him as if like he don't know, you know, because I want to show him, you know, more attention than I do everything else, as much as try to balance it out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's my mental health is with him, you know.
Okay.
There's no particular person or thing. It's just him. Yeah.
Nice. Cool, man. Okay. And you leave Sunday mostly dedicated to the church,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
And you know, it said you work 6, rest 1. Is that the day you get to unwind or
Nope.
no?
I still don't. It still don't. It still goes. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's a balance that I have to come up with, because even though church, for me, Sunday is the most, that's the best day out of the week. Not Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You know, people have that thank God it's Friday. I'm like, thank God it's Sunday. You know, I love Sunday. Sunday morning, get up, like nothing can stop me. Right. But yeah, you know, that's how it go, you know.
Okay. Nice. Okay. So then feel Sunday comes around, gets you ready for Monday. Right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I'm
cycle
telling you,
that
it
again.
don't stop, man. Like
I
I
know.
still, if somebody's asking for a shoe, I can't say. I mean, I have a choice to not respond until Monday, or respond and hope they pay for it soon, right? But I have this thing of customer service where I don't like to leave people hanging. So if a text comes out, I don't like that text to linger and say, "Oh, I'll get back to it," because more likely I'm not. I'm gonna miss it, and I'm gonna forget. So it's better for me to use that fast customer service, because what happens is if they don't buy it, at least they know that if they DM me or text me, it's instant. It's not, oh, I have to wait 2 days or I gotta wait until they're open. No, it's you send a text and I'm gonna respond. And that's how it's been. I kind of don't want to change that, you know. And I think people love that type of customer service, you know. It's no waiting, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's true. But that keeps you constantly active in the business.
Yeah,
Right? I mean, and it's because, of course, what you have, it's sometimes a rare and hard to find product.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So some people try to, of course, when their door closes from their business, whatever, 5 o'clock, they're going home, and that's a done deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
But not for you, right?
No. It's I mean, eventually one day it will change.
Yeah.
But for as long as it's been, like I said, I love the interaction with somebody wanting something, and I'm able to get it. You know, even if I can't get it, I still will try to find it somewhere. And if I can't get it, I'll send a message back. Hey, it's unavailable. You know,
at the moment.
that's it. I'd rather do that than to wait for that next business day and then forget. Because once they message you back, hey, did you find out? I feel like now they're fighting, and then they're gonna say, "Oh, we'll just go to the mall and just try to get it there." Because they may have it. It may cost more, but you know, I want to keep everybody, you know, which is just respond to them, you know, as fast as I can.
Yeah, of course. Customer service. I mean,
Yeah,
that's VIP service there.
yeah, everybody's important.
Yeah.
Everybody.
This there's a store around the corner, right? A big retailer closed down. Why do you think they couldn't succeed here?
So there was two.
was
There was actually, I think that one was called Mega Shoe Store, and then there was Finish Line, which is my big competitor. And then there's Warehouse Shoe Sale. And I don't really worry so much about them, but Finish Line, and because they sold similar stuff, I think they closed down. This area is a little different, you know. I think what they were trying to sell, like the same thing as what I have, but they were just on a bigger scale because that's a corporation, you know. I think maybe their structure was just not it, you know. It wasn't thoroughly planned out. You know, they have the money, resources, they have the accounts to get whatever. But I think when you just put it anywhere without a good structure and a good plan, it won't work, you know. It won't work. Now, mind you, we both were here, and we were like right down the street from each other. People still would come here. There were times I went in there just to see what they would have, to try to buy it fast. I'm like, they don't even have anything, you know? I'm like, wow, this is weird. This is a big corporation store, and they don't have nothing. It was strange, you know? Yeah, so I think, like I said, I think their structure was just, I don't think it was planned out. I think it was, they have money, they could put a store anywhere.
Yeah.
Literally, they could put a store anywhere, and they did it, and it was like a year, and no, it was less than a year. That was it, man. Done. Yeah.
You think, or do you believe you're in the right location for your business?
No, wrong location.
You're on the wrong.
Yeah. See, but you wouldn't know that is because I go backwards. Like 10 years ago, I already had clients. I already had people buying shoes. So for me, the location never mattered. It was the customer service that you provide before the location. People are going to still buy from you no matter where you go. So that's what I built different. I could have went into the mall and started over. I could have did all kind of stuff. I could have found the perfect location in the most popular city, but I wanted to separate myself from all the other shoe stores. I said I didn't want to be near them. I didn't want to be like them at all, you know, and I didn't want, you know, I just wanted something that was more unique. You know, when you walk in, it's a sneaker store, but you don't get that vibe. You know, it's different, you know, it's different.
Okay.
So that's why there's the skateboards, there's the paintings. It's just different. I wanted to change it, you know, to make it look different, you know.
Yeah. So that's why it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it don't matter. The location, they do say location do matter. I mean, let's go back. That is true. But I think for my case, it didn't matter when I first started because I already had people that was ready. You know, so it didn't matter where I went. They were going to buy anyway. I had people coming from everywhere buying shoes, you know, so it didn't matter, you know. I'm going to move now. It's important now because now it's like, you know, when you kind of outgrow a space and you want to do something different, you have to move. But to answer that question, for right now, it didn't really matter, you know, because I already had people coming, you know.
Yeah.
And I was grateful for that too, man, because if I would have just started this business because I got approved for this spot, it would have been like in the desert, man, dry. Camels ain't got no water.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, it would have been dry.
How hard was getting a lease? And I'm just saying because as I talked to a few, and this was during pandemic and after, they said it was difficult. Was it relatively easy back before it was shut down?
No, I mean for me it was pretty easy. Really? I think what the biggest thing that play when you want to get a lease, credit and money. Those are your number two things. You gotta, mind you, I didn't have a website. I only had Instagram. I didn't even have a Yelp account. I just had Instagram.
Yeah.
So when they ask to see what you do, and you're sending them an Instagram, and you don't even have a store at all, and they're kind of like, they're taking a chance on like seeing if it's really gonna work, But good credit and having a good financial, you be good, Because I think for people who own buildings, I think the financial part is more important. Because no matter what you do, if they see that you can afford stuff, then they will trust it a little bit more because you have the funds. But if you're just kind of like, I'm just starting, I only have 5,000 in the bank, they'll kind of be like, nah, you really ain't done anything. You haven't done enough, to secure and say that you can pay rent, plus pay inventory, plus pay people to actually be here when you're not here. It's a lot of money, So yeah, I think credit and money is for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
But overall, you have that right. The process should be difficult.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
The application is what's a little bit hard though, because you have to fill this stuff out correct.
Oh.
Yeah, that was a little. It was like I felt like I was buying a car. Yeah, you have to sign so much, and you have to read because now you're on like, it's different. Like a lease is different, for like a store versus buying a car. You know how you sign a paper when you buy a car? Yeah. It's different. You have to read all that fine print on like after a year passed by, it's going to increase by. They put a percentage, and you have to now you got to start adding stuff up to see how much you're going to pay the following year. I was like, what the hell, man?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's different. It's different. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all legal, right?
Yeah.
It's all legal. And
yeah. Yeah, I had to read it all. Yeah.
No, and you should because you got to know what you're signing.
Yeah.
Right. First, and also because quite technically, if they put something on the fine print that doesn't really help you, or they say, oh, every 2 years if you're still in the premises, you have to do X or Y.
Yeah.
You signed it.
Yeah, you signed it, and because you didn't go back.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Yeah. Yep.
Negotiating, any difficulty there? Obviously.
Not here. No. I'm sure there probably will be with somebody else, but here, no, it's no negotiating. Yeah, it's the landlord. He's pretty cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. No, man, that's good.
I know. I was happy.
Yeah, that's very good.
Yeah.
Because of course, sometimes you go back and forth. Okay, this is much. The space. What were you going to provide? What am I going to do?
I've seen him twice in 2.5 years.
Oh, that's cool.
So he's cool. Yeah.
That's good.
He wants his money just like me.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, he wants his money.
As a business owner, what has it given you that maybe you didn't have before as an employee?
The biggest thing was time, dude. I'm telling you, you work security, and it's so strict and it's so tough. Mine is standing in place for a long period of time. That's one thing. But when you can't eat when you want to eat, I love food. So imagine you're at work, you're hungry.
Yeah.
You can't just walk out and just say, oh, I'm going to go eat, I'll be back. Because you're going to walk back in and you ain't going to have no job, right?
Yeah.
So for me, time, man, was like I'm able to do a lot of stuff, man, because time. So I can close for the day. And nobody's going to call me. They may call me because they want something, but they're not calling me saying, hey, you didn't open, so you're going to, no. I don't have to even answer.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a big advantage when you have your own, man. You literally have the key to your own location, and you can open and close whenever you want. And if there's something happening, you can close and go to it. I love that. Time.
Yeah, you have now control. Like
Yeah, definitely.
You want to shut down or open at certain times and or eat at certain times.
Eat whenever, man. I'm talking about like. You come in, sit around for a bit, sell a few shoes, go get some food, and you don't have to even come back if you don't want. But you want to come back, but you don't have to. You know what I'm saying? You can close and go home.
Yeah, no, that's
it's
cool.
different.
On Facebook, on your background picture, I saw a picture of a house, Is that your actual home, or is that some kind of like image
Man,
that drives
that's
you?
a MLS image of a $6.3 million home
Yeah.
with a 2019 Lamborghini Huracan in the back. It's a dream, something you like. I dreamed of having a store, and now I have it. That picture is the same thing, You put it up, you have to see it every day and see what you want, And then it finally shows up, and you have to be ready for it.
Do you have a vision board? I mean, that kind of
Yeah,
helps for that, right?
it's on my fridge.
It's on your fridge.
Yeah, so I forced to see it every day. Food. So you have to go in the fridge every single day. So
Yeah.
you look at it, you read it every single day.
That's also, you review that every 6, or how's that?
No, see, I think so. Every 6 is written on the notebooks, but that on my fridge, that's like big main stuff,
Oh, okay.
So that's stuff that you just can't go do like tomorrow, but that's like the long term goals that eventually are going to happen. Yeah, so I think that changes maybe like every year, unless it happens, then I'm going to erase it. Well, I take a picture of it first, erase it, and put some new stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but somewhere you kind of want to see eventually, right, getting that
Yeah,
place,
yeah.
that
Of course.
Lambo or
Yeah.
anything else, and
Yep.
see it every day. That's your main driver, more or less. What you want, right? We're
Yeah.
trying to get the most out of
Yeah.
this life.
Yep.
Cool. How much luck do you think has been on your side to get you there?
There's no luck.
There is no.
Yeah, it's God. God is it, man. That's it. The luck is out. Yeah, I don't really believe in the luck. They say things happen for a reason. Like I told you earlier, God knows what's going to happen. He know what already happened. You know what I'm saying? He knows everything. So there is no luck. It's a setup. You know what I'm saying? Like God already knows what's happening. Yeah, so luck is out. Yeah, for real, it's out.
No.
There is no lucky. People use that because they really don't know how good God is. But for me, it's no luck. I don't walk around saying, "Hey, I was lucky." Like it wasn't luck, because then you're giving praise to something that don't exist.
Yeah. So I saw that you started to design your own shoes. Why is that?
So actually, it wasn't a design. It was just a concept. When I started the brand, I figured that I sold everybody else's shoes. Why can't I sell my own? But there's a lot of work involved and a lot of designing, what I'm saying, when it comes to doing your own versus buying what's already out and selling it. It's a lot of marketing too. You have to, nobody will know who I am. But they're supposed to buy a shoe that's like $200 from me, so it will have to be a lot of marketing built up, a lot of brand building before putting out your own shoe, you know what I'm saying? Or I would have to have gave it to some type of celebrity for them to wear, you know what I'm saying? So it was a lot. So I'd rather it was a concept, like what would it look like if my logo was on a shoe that looks like a Gucci shoe, right? It looked cool, the box, everything, but I scratched it off the list. I said no.
Not now.
Yeah, not now, right? Yeah, maybe later. Yeah,
No, that's good. I mean, you tried it out and you saw,
Yeah.
for the moment being, I'm not ready for it.
yeah. It was a thought,
Yeah.
and I seen it,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Huh, this is different." But I was like, "Not right now." I said, "Nah."
Okay. That clears that.
Yeah.
What are some principles you follow that have led you to success?
Remember, the first one was take inventory.
Yeah.
And like I said, being very patient. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing that I had to work on too. Like, you get a business and you think you're gonna make a lot of money when it first starts, and sometimes it don't happen. You have to be very patient. That's a principle that people miss. Patience. I would say trust in God, man. If you ask, and ask the right way, I'm sure He will definitely deliver for you. That's important too. That big trust. And of course the daily rituals of setting your mind up every day. Not just for success, man. Like, this is just Period. Set your mind up, to be on the right track, so you can get things done the right way,
Okay.
Yeah.
I see that. We're going into 3 years, you being here, right?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts about expanding?
I've been thinking about this. To go. It's funny you ask this question, man, because it's been heavy on my heart for the past few months, and I haven't told anybody because there's one thing I told somebody, but there's this other part I haven't said anything to anybody because I'm trying to. It's like it's in my mind, it's flourishing, and I want to plant that seed so it can happen. But it's something. It's with the expansion, but it's basically going back to when I was doing security at that particular mall and creating an environment like that, but not at that mall, but somewhere else. That's what I'm going. I just can't go into full details.
You're still working.
Yeah, so that's why I like that name. The power circle. It is gonna be seen somewhere way bigger than where it's at now.
Yeah.
I have a plan, a big vision.
Right. Okay. Just because, of course, 3 years. That's still a short life for a business.
Yeah.
But if things are going well and you see movements, I think I had to ask that to see, if, like you said, in your goals, in your vision board, right? You have a plan for the future, and you do.
Yeah, I mean, I marked out like a lot of financial goals with business, and that when I first started, I didn't really do it. I kind of just was like, let me see how this is gonna work. I jumped in and it worked. But now I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go big. I'm just not saying anything.
No,
I'm just gonna be quiet. Like last year it was great. Like I didn't look at my numbers until January, and I was like, damn, this is crazy. So I was like, if I can do that, then I can pull this off double, just somewhere else.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have some really good things that's gonna happen.
Okay, good, man. That's good. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Okay. Now, the last few questions I'm gonna ask is just, lightning round, just curious questions. Right?
Yeah, curious.
Yeah.
We're curious stuff. Let's go.
Okay. Who do you admire or follow that influences your business mentality?
Well, first is God, right? My pastor, Jawan Hilton, for sure. And then there's a lot of guys on YouTube who I follow also.
What is one thing you have benefited from social media?
The marketing. Yeah, that's the only reason I don't even have a personal page anymore. I'm gonna do it again because I had a Zoom call with this guy that has 1 million followers, and when he spoke about marketing, man, and how you have to market yourself, I was like, damn, I got to get my personal page back. Not so much for selfies, but it's what's in the selfie that will grab the attention of people to come and see what you do for a living, and then they end up here, right? Yeah, so social media is it, man. Marketing is about to be my next big thing, like real big.
So you have to stay online.
Yeah, you have to, yeah.
Any books, articles, or even quotes that you recently came across you'd like to share?
There's a book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Oh, okay.
That book, man, it's so old, but it's the knowledge that's in the book, man. The more you read it and the more it stays within you, man, you'll go far reading that book, because what's in that book, that happens in a lot of families. Nobody knows, though, unless you talk to somebody and they tell you their story. That's the only way you're going to know, Yeah, so that's the book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Clarify.
I want to be the rich dad. I don't want to be the poor dad, for sure.
What does distinguish very clearly assets and liabilities?
Yeah.
That's
exactly.
That's what it counts for.
That's the biggest thing, man. And we live in that world where we buy so many liabilities and we think they're assets, and they're not.
Yeah.
I learned that a long time ago, to live like that until you become that multi-millionaire where you can just buy whatever you want, then it changes the game. But when you're not there yet, you have to play that part right. You know what I'm saying? Because that's important. That would drag you down, and hold you back. You know,
Yeah.
when you're buying a lot of liabilities and then you look good, but then you have nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like it's pointless. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see that. What is your definition of wealth?
Wealth is leaving like corporations behind, you know, for my kids, man. Yeah, not so much for me. It's more for everybody that's behind me, you know. Like my mom, that's what she did. She made a lot of money, you know, what she did. And I mean, I haven't touched any of the money. I don't even know how. I know it's a lot left, but I know that if she were to pass away, there's a lot that she has built that I can now take over. So I want to create, I want to create that same environment. You know what I'm saying, for everybody behind me. You know, yeah, that's important. That's the kind of wealth I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, generational wealth.
Yeah,
Pass
create
it
it.
on, right?
Yeah, because I mean, you can be rich. You know, like I just read something about I think it was Prince, because he had no kids, no wife, something like that,
yeah.
and he had so many millions of dollars, right? But who did it go to? Nobody.
Nope.
So that all that money, all that hard work was
Yeah.
passed down to who? Nobody. That was crazy to me, man. That was crazy.
Okay, sad to say, it was the state.
Yeah.
The state took over, and that's what it is, right?
Yeah, but that's crazy to me. But that's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? When you said Wolf, I'm like, to be in a position like him, that all that has to come down to my kids, and then after that, they, you know, keep that thing running. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
Because Prince, his ran to the wrong people. You know what I'm saying? That was crazy. You know? Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that story. too.
Yeah. That's bad.
All that work, right?
Yeah.
But then yet again, who maybe didn't have anybody.
Right. Yeah, nobody knows the full situation, but in reality speaking, for me, I'm like, it has to go to somebody, you know, somebody that's gonna do something good with it, you know, because that was a lot to let go, you know, and it just nothing. That's different, you know.
Yeah. Well, cool, man. What advice would you give a younger you?
Ooh. Pay the hell attention, man. That was the number one thing. Pay attention. If you got somebody around you that's doing way better than you, stick with them, because those are the ones that's going to help you to accomplish what you want to accomplish. If you're hanging out with the people who are at the bars and the clubs, you're going to be that same exact person. So hang out with the people who are doing 10 times better than you, and they'll be able to teach you stuff that the other people are not going to be able to teach.
Facts, right?
Yeah,
Facts.
definitely
Your
facts.
circle.
Yeah, that's where it comes in again.
Yeah.
The power circle, right? You know, you keep those people around. I mean, I'm not saying push your thank God it's Friday people away, but you have to have, you know, these other people in your circle, you know what I'm saying, to make it balance out. You know, you want to do good in life, you can't hang out with the people who are drinking and clubbing all the time, because, well, what good is that going to do? How the drunk going to tell me how to run my business? No, you only can tell me what the drinks taste like, but you can't tell me how to run a business, you know?
Yeah.
It's different, yeah.
Yeah. That's facts, man.
Yeah, facts again. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so normally I ask this question, but I read up that you don't drink alcohol.
Yeah, nah. It's like, it's rare, man.
Okay. So the normal question was coffee or tequila, but
It'd
by
be
default.
It'd be tequila though if I had a choice. I wouldn't, man. I'm not a fan of coffee, man. It'd be tequila if I had a choice. I would take some shots over some coffee. I'll tell you this, coffee, man. I don't. Number one, coffee's black, right? I'm already black. That's one thing. And then you put the creamer in it to make it brown. It's still coffee. It doesn't change. So I'm like, no. I'd rather just take a couple of shots of that tequila, man, and call it a day, man. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. But okay, one extra question, because I was
go
thinking,
go ahead, man.
just
Go
one,
ahead.
because I was thinking you were gonna say coffee, honestly, and I was like,
Nope.
so
Nope.
okay, just because you're in this industry, right, shoe industry, you have to choose one or the other: sneakers or dressing shoes.
Ooh. You said sneakers or dressy shoes?
Yes, I'm saying sneakers calls Air Force J's, and dressing shoes will be your Louis Vuitton
Oh,
slip-ons.
no. Come on, man. No, dressy shoes all day.
Oh, okay.
The value way higher.
No, but for your preference, for you.
Yeah, me. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I have. I don't wear Jordans.
Okay.
I don't wear Air Forces. I don't wear none of this stuff. Everything I have, I get it for people like you to please you, not for me. This stuff is not pleasing to me. It's just, number one, create that customer service. So it's not about money.
Yeah.
It's a customer service. Like, you want it, I have to create it to where when you come in, you want it from me, right? Then you want to come back and keep buying. That's how it go. But me personally, nah, man, it's the dressy stuff is it. It's way better for me. That's just me personally. Yeah. No Air Forces, no Jordans, no Yeezys, no Dunks. No, I have it all, but I don't wear it. Yeah.
Okay. No, that's good, man.
Yeah.
Like I say, I think because of what you do, right? it'll
Yeah.
be
I mean,
difficult.
think about it. Most sneaker stores, every owner they wear this stuff.
Yeah.
I've been in countless stores. Everybody has on the newest Jordan or the newest Dunks. You come in this store, I'll be wearing some regular Air Max, but I'm more focused on my customer service and what I look like to you. Because what I look like, it don't matter. It's for me, I think more like how you're going to look when you walk out with this new pair of shoes on, not, oh, I have these shoes on that are so hot. You know, like, I don't care about that. I want you to have the hot shoes on. I'll tell you, like, yeah, you're going to look dope with these shoes on. So when you go home, you put them on, you feel good. Because you already had your first compliment. You haven't even put the shoe on yet, you know? So to me, that's more important than me having them and then just me looking good for you. Because if you come in, I have them on and you don't buy them, it just serves no purpose for me. I have them, but you don't, right?
Yeah.
So for me, I'm the reverse. I'm like, nah, I'll get them. You buy them. I'll tell you, hey, they look good on you, man. That's it.
Yeah.
Come back and buy some more, you know? Yeah.
Okay. Well, Ira Jones Jr., thank you for your time.
Absolutely. I appreciate you, man.
I had a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Thank you, man.